How's it going, guys? Welcome to the FM Dugout. We're back for another episode of Rescue Rangers as we take on Celtic at Ibrox in the second of this season's Old Firm encounters, and we're looking to avenge the 2-1 defeat on the opening day of the season today, and I think we're in a good position to do so. Certainly from a team news point of view, only Alexander Butner is out injured. We do have a few tired players and I've had to make a couple of changes. But I think we're in a decent position, and we come off the back of a pretty impressive win against Shakhtar in the Europa League, and I think it's not bad at all today. There's really no team news since it's only been 3 days in the game since the last match, so we'll just crack on, I think, into the actual league game. And Wraith playing Aberdeen today. I wonder how many people watched that in relation to this one. So Celtic, I'm not sure if that's going to be true. A 4-1-4-1, which seems quite defensive from them. Scott Brown, Joel Campbell out, Gary Mackay, Stephen doubtful, and Zugomez doubtful as well. You can see the recent form hasn't been spectacular, as they played Paris Saint-Germain in Europe 4 days ago. But they did lose to Partick. They must have lost their other game in Europe as well. But yeah, 4-1-4-1, it's a different formation, so we'll have to have a think about that. To be honest, I think from a defensive point of view we can cope. Lee Griffiths will kind of float between Wilson and Sasso. Hopefully they'll be able to kind of track him. I've dropped Liam Cooper for today because he's 85%. I think Sasso's a good enough defender to take over that role. I probably will actually have him as a stopper as well. Just an old-fashioned, defender that stops the ball from coming through and clears it. I'm just thinking about Burt. If they got a defensive midfielder, then Burt might struggle today. But I really don't want to pull anyone back. The question is whether or not to have anyone else further forward. To be honest, I like this formation. It's pretty well balanced. If things don't work during the game, we do have options on the bench. We've got defensive midfielders, we've got midfielders, we've got attacking midfielders, a striker. The only thing we're really struggling on is anyone who can cover left back, right back, and that is a real kind of worry for us. Jack Grimmer can cover right back, but not really right fullback. It's probably an area we'll need to address, maybe even in January, to get some folk in, unless maybe I can evaluate the youths and see if there's anyone that's kind of worthy of getting into the squad to kind of cover. I think actually, we have Scott Gray. Forgot about Scott Gray. Not necessarily the most competent at left wing back, but neither's Wallace. So, alright, I think that's enough gibbering on about this. We'll get into the match and see whether we can gain revenge for the first day of the season. Come on, load. So I think the thing for me, I'm kind of not that happy about today is Rossiter and Benasser at sub 90 fitness. Would have preferred them obviously to being a bit higher, but they put in a big shift against Shakhtar midweek, and it's understandable. That's the rigours of modern day football, I guess, when you play in multiple competitions. But having a better squad would probably help us out. Anyway, so we'll do the avenge one, and once again, always goes down well. I would just, anytime you've lost to a team in your previous encounter, that one's just a no-brainer. It just seems to get the players in the right frame of mind, and the majority of them anyway. Well, here we go. Old Firm day yet again. And Celtic are indeed starting with a 4-1-4-1. So it'll be interesting to see just what they can do going forward. Well, Sinclair just runs past two men there as if they weren't even there. Aurelio with a cross in, and well, a bit nervy at the start there. Celtic getting an early kind of attack on the goal. But now Wallace with a throw in the attacking area, headed away by Lichnowsky. Rossiter with the left-footed effort, and that's pretty poor, to be honest. Would have been better on his right foot, but it's a chance, and it's the sort of game where we're going to have to take our chances, I think, as we try to craft another one out. Clough with a good ball wide. Tavernier, two men closing him down, gets the cross in, but it's picked out of the air by Hererin, and should be the end of that chance. I don't think there'll be any more from there. I think in terms of how the season's going at the moment, guys, I don't know what you think, but it seems okay. It's not anything kind of outstanding. It's just kind of, professional, I guess. We're getting decent results at home. I'm very, very disappointed about the Aberdeen loss. That's really been the main blemish in the season. As we get a chance here now, Tavernier with a cross to the back post, Waghorn. Nice goal there from us. The deep crossing pays off, and Waghorn making the run. I opted for Waghorn today instead of Zach Rudden. I just felt that was probably the better choice. You can see here Waghorn in between the two markers, Celtic falling asleep at the back. A cool finish from the Englishman, and it puts us 1-0 up in the first 10 minutes. And it's important, I guess, from here not to concede a goal straight after, so hopefully we can clear the ball here. Benassa looking for Burt. Yabble intercepts Burt with the slide challenge. We've won the ball back. Clough coming deep there. Crowley now. Waghorn. Wallace hasn't yet started his run on the left, so Waghorn is surrounded by green and white jerseys, as Sinclair now wins the ball off Benassa, and it looks as though Celtic are going to launch their attack here. Sinclair really needs to get stopped. Griffiths now over to the other wing to Aurelio. Wallace closes him down, but just skips past him again like he's not even there. McGregor with the conversion, with the wasted shot. Yeah, not too bad. You can see though that Sinclair and Aurelio have the ability just to kind of waltz past their players at the moment. I just don't think the quality's quite there at the fullbacks or wing-back positions. As we try to craft another chance, Rossiter will look for Tavernier. Finds him. Tavernier with the right foot cross, front post, Waghorn off the crossbar. Near identical circumstance to the first goal, although it went to the front post, and unfortunately Waghorn wasn't able to finish it off this time. The corner lofted in towards the back post, cleared by Dummett. It's out for a throw-in, and I wouldn't expect necessarily a chance from that now. I have gone back to, I'm on extended rather than key here, as Celtic clear their lines. Griffiths with the ball, and it's a one-on-one here with Sasso, who's just backing off him. I now missed him. Griffiths with the effort, and it's just gone wide. That was a big chance for him. Not particularly impressed with Sasso's defensive capabilities there and his decisions, reminiscent of a certain Rob Kiernan. But here we go now. Again, Burt to Rossiter. I quite like the midfield. It feels quite balanced in terms of the players we have, as Clough gets the left-footed shot off, and Hererin with the save, putting it out for a corner kick. I'd say we're pretty comfortable at the moment. We've got ourselves in front. We've had more possession. We've had more shots. We definitely look like the more dangerous side, but as in life and Football Manager, teams can score against the run of play very easily. It does happen. Tavernier with corner in towards the penalty spot, headed clear. Rossiter sitting outside the area. Benassa, Burt, very congested. Really want to look to get it into space there. Waghorn takes it in the box and just can't get it under control. We've still got a chance here. Wallace, deeper support. Benassa now 25 yards. Will he have a shot? Nope, he finds Tavernier again, but that was just wasteful there from Tavernier. But Sasso intercepts the clearance, and Crowley now gives it away. Yeah, the quality is not particularly great on display here today. A lot of kind of slack passes and so on. Griffiths now wide on the left. Well, that was brave from Fotheringham. A shot from Griffiths, and he's just controlled that with his foot up in the air like a volley. Wow. I certainly wouldn't be doing that if I was a goalkeeper. Not unless I had to, unless it was a back pass. But geez, Sinclair now, 2 men on him, and he manages to find Dummett. Rogic, Sinclair again. Tavernier wins it back, but not doing a great job of retaining possession when we win it back, as Sinclair's cross is blocked by Tavernier, who now closes down Dummett, who manages to get the cross in. Aurelio gets a bit of space, but it's straight at Fotheringham, and again the warning signs are kind of there that if we're not going to get ourselves a second goal, potentially we could find ourselves back level at some point. But Tavernier now with a free kick, and that is a peach into the top left corner from Tavernier from about, 28 yards maybe, just off centre. So Tavernier having a good game today, an assist, and now this free kick. Not a great deal of curl in it. I think the goalkeeper probably jumped a little bit too early. Another step to the side, he probably would have got that. But we'll give the benefit of the doubt to Tavernier and say it was a cracking free kick. He's made the goalkeeper work for it, which is the most important thing. Now Celtic still sitting there with 4-1, really not coming out at all. Griffiths now with the effort, and that's pretty weak from him. The one concern obviously at this stage is Rossiter and Benasser's fitness, I think. Now Celtic with a free kick. McGregor, nope, he can't repeat what Tavernier did, and that's half time, 2-0 up, and looking good for it. And I think I'm just going to say pleased, I think, because I really don't like going for the complacency option. It usually backfires out 9 times out of 10 on me. Right, personnel wise, Benasser 69%, Rossiter 70%. So looking at this, we've got Lewis Thompson that can play for Rossiter, and then with Benasser it would probably be Jordan Thompson, who's not quite as defensive minded. I don't want to make those changes now. I want to get on in the second half and kind of really wait until I'm very confident that we're going to win the game. We're going to see it out and make sure that Celtic aren't changing their formation, because obviously if they change their formation after we've made our substitutes, it kind of limits our options a bit, since we would only have one substitute really to make. But I don't think I'll make both Rossiter and Benasser at the same time. It's a little bit too much upheaval in midfield when you're kind of in control of things, and we certainly are. 57% possession is a pretty good statistic for us against Celtic, as Wallace now comes forward. Basically Wallace and Tavernier seem to have 2 men on them all the time in the wings, but it hasn't hindered them as Clough just pulls that wide, and honestly that's a glorious chance for him to take it, make it 3-0. Nope, not happening. And this is the thing with Clough, he is very hot and cold. He had a great goal against Shakhtar, much more difficult take than that one, and he just shows signs of inconsistency, but I guess that's what you'd expect with a youngster, as we now try to move the ball forward. Yeah, again, Burt is having a pretty decent game. He's involved in a lot of the moves, and he is dropping deeper to get involved, which is good to see, as our little triangle of passing in midfield continues. Celtic just chasing shadows here at the moment. Now Waghorn, Clough, got to try and get this into the box, and here we go now with Burt. Clough is inside the box, a block shot. Tavernier, can he score a second? No. He didn't try shooting, and 55 minutes roughly on the clock. Rossiter on a yellow. I think Rossiter would be the more sensible player to come off than Benasser. Is playing slightly better, but with the yellow card in an Old Firm game, the chances of you getting sent off are pretty high. And I'm just going to wait till we go beyond the hour mark, probably closer to the 70-minute mark, I think, just to see if Celtic change that formation, and it really doesn't look like they're going for it. Really bizarre. management there. I mean, you're 2-0 down against Rangers and you're still sitting with that defensive approach. Just very strange. I might look at Clough's motivated. I think maybe Liam Burt actually. Give Tom Lawrence a go, get some fresh legs on in the final third. Maybe we can go and get a third goal. I mean, you'll notice I'm not telling the team to push forward. I've not changed the control to attacking. I mean, it's working. If it's working, you don't change it. It's only when it doesn't work that's when you really need to earn your keep. With Tavernier, another free kick blocked this time again. Really just shows that goal he scored was definitely not the kind of norm, as his other 2 free kicks have been blocked. But that's at 58% now. Really feel like I need to take him off. But the next game's against Hearts, and they're second bottom. So maybe won't need the likes of Benassa and Rossiter for that game. The sort of second string players should be good enough in that game. Lawrence now over the top to Waghorn. Can we get the icing on the cake here? Off the post. Unlucky. I think the thing to take away from today's game is the fact we have been dominant. The formation from Celtic has certainly played into our hands. As I speak, they changed to 4-2-4 pretty much. So that probably is something to watch out for with Wallace and Tavernier. They don't go too far forward, but it certainly gives us a lot more space for ourselves attacking, as we're now coming forward again with Benassa. Forward to Lawrence. Wallace crosses it in, looking for Clough or Waghorn. Lawrence with the effort. It's near post, nearly squeezed in. Herrera sparing Celtic's blushes there, because really 3-0 would have been pretty bad from them. Not the greatest of corners there. Clough will chase it down. Verza gets there ahead of him. Bizarre little series of events there. Yeah, I think that should be it. I was going to... Sometimes you can take players off and they do recover a little bit more by taking them off for the final few minutes. So I think we'll give Benassa his break. And yeah, that's not a good one for Jordan Thompson. So we'll do deep line playmaker with him rather than ball winning midfielder. But Benassa's putting a shift. I mean, to be honest, from a performance point of view, individually, nobody's really stood out other than Tavernier with his assist and his goal. I suppose that's the one area that I would like to improve on, as Guillermo with the effort off the post, off Fotheringham, nearly took the shine off the win there. But guys, this is the most important thing with the Old Firm games, is you've got to win, and we've done that and looked fairly comfortable in the process. Probably could have scored 3 or 4 had we been a little bit sharper in front of goal, but I can't complain. I think we've put in a shift, and we've got our rewards as we count down seconds. It should see us seal the 2-0 win and send us 3 points clear at the top of the Scottish Premier League. So yeah, I've got to say I'm pleased with that. Given the way the Aberdeen game went and scraping the win against Inverness, I was kind of thinking that this could have been a bit more difficult, but yeah, it's not too bad at all, and it puts us 5 points clear of third place Dundee. It's actually quite surprising to see that many teams keeping up pace with us. Usually it will just be 1 or 2 teams, i.e. Celtic and Rangers, who kind of pull away, but alright, not too bad. Well, needless to say guys, the next time I will be back will be for the home game against West Ham in a couple of weeks time. Yeah, it is a couple of weeks, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Just a quick reminder of that group's stage. So we're 5 points behind West Ham, 5 points in front of Shakhtar. A win would see us through to the knockout stages of the Europa League, and that would be fantastic from our point of view. Anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please leave a like and a comment. Thank you for watching, and until the next time, I'll see you when I see you.